Hi, my name is Andy Huddleston. I'm the senior minister at Wellspring Christian Church, and I want to talk to you about the history of our church. Some of you have been around with us for a while now, and some of you are just beginning to wonder if might be a church as part of your story in the future. We started Wellspring back in the fall of 2003. My wife and I moved here from Indiana to start the church, and our goal was to start a church that was authentic, that really believed in the truth of God's Word and in prayer. We wanted to start a church that was relational and not just friendly, and we wanted to start a church that really connected with people who weren't Christians. We weren't just wanting to start a church for Christian people in Spring Hill, Tennessee, but a place that could be a bit of a lighthouse for those who were trying to find hope and community and truth in the world that they were in without God. And so we wanted to be that place for them. If that's you, I'm so glad you're joining us, because we started Wellspring literally with you in mind. So I'm grateful for that. So for the first 10 years of our church, actually just a hair more than 10 years of our church, we met at Spring Hill Elementary School. It's the oldest elementary school in Spring Hill. It's the one right over by Home Depot off Main Street. And we met there for 10 years, and it generated, not only is it a great spot for us, but it generated a bit of our culture. You know, we're in a nice facility now with good sound system and lighting and all those things, but our church wasn't built on any of that. Our church was in a cafeteria, so our services literally smelled like tater tots. And we had children's programming down a hallway that had lost and found boxes in the summers, especially when the YMCA was renting the building. There'd be lost and found boxes out in the hallway. Sometimes we literally had to clean up kids' dirty clothes and things, socks, to get out of the way in order to have church on Sundays. It wasn't about any of those things, and yet God was moving because we were a church devoted to Him, and we really tried to strived to be just a real group serving a real God and growing to know and love Him. And so now, even though our situation feels very different than that, in some ways it's exactly still who we are. We try to be regular people. We often say we don't take ourselves that seriously, but we take the mission real seriously. And I think part of that was true from day one. Part of that was something that was born in us through our time at the elementary school. In January of 2014, we moved into this building, into the old part of the church, if you will. You may not realize there's two separate builds here if you've just come recently. We tried to make it look like it kind of matched. So we moved into that section of the building. What's now the children's area was our auditorium, and the preschool area was all of our children's area, and we used that space, and then we built on the new space that we meet in now during COVID. But really, we use that as an outline or a framework for our history, but really that's not what we're about. We always wanted to be a church that was helping people. In fact, long before we built a building, we started the Well Outreach and then later added jetpacks. Our preschool, the Academy at Wellspring, launched a few weeks before we met in the building for the first time, because we were always more about the community and about reaching those outside of our church than we were about taking care of ourselves. So that's all kind of foundational for us. What's true for us going forward? We have a vision to continue doing those things. We want to find more and more ways to reach the community, whether or not they come to our church. We want to be a church that's devoted not only to helping people find family, to be a church for them, community, relationally, but we also want to help them to know God so that they can know who God is and come to know Him in a relationship. Then we want to help people make an impact in the community and around in their workplace, their homes, and eventually to embrace discipleship so they become a follower after Jesus with their whole lives. We would love for you to join us in that. We're grateful that you're taking time to check that out. If you have any questions or any ways we can help you, let us know. We'd love to do that, just that.